Stacy, we need to talk.
Huh? What's wrong, Dick? Why would you just say we need to talk all of a sudden like this? You're scaring me.
There's something happening in the apartment next door right now that leaves me no choice but to message you like this.
Huh? How do you mean? The apartment next door? Wait, do you mean you came back from your business trip already?
Yep. And someone made me aware of the affair you're having behind my back. So I had no choice but to come home. I got on the first flight back here as soon as I found out you and the college student from next door are going at it like rabbits behind my back in the middle of the freaking day? What the hell are you playing at, Stacy?
Oh, so you finally noticed then.
Huh?
You haven't been giving me any attention at all lately, what with all the business trips you've been on. Anyone would think we were strangers. This is my way of trying to send you a message, doofus. Don't you get it? I've been so lonely because of the way you treat me.
Cheating on me is your way of sending me a message?
Think about it, you dummy. If you, my boyfriend, realize I'm cheating on you, then you can't help but feel jealous, right? Which means you'll finally realize how important I am to you and change your ways. Simple.
What the hell kind of twisted backflip logic is that?
Don't worry, Dick. This thing with Chad isn't anything serious. He's still a freaking college student, for crying out loud. It was only ever a cheap fling. Besides, he has a girlfriend himself. We were just fooling around, you know? A bit of fun on the side. So chill out, okay?
Which part of this is supposed to put me in the mood to chill out?
Huh?
You say I don't give you any attention, but other than the mandatory 2-month business trip I go on every year, most of them consist of day trips, and aside from that, I just do plain old office work. How many of my date invites have you turned down by this point? I don't want to hear this crap about me not giving you attention because it ain't true. In spite of that, wow, Stacy, just wow. You cheated on me to make me jealous? I never thought you were the kind of low-life scumbag to do that kind of thing. But I obviously don't know you as well as I thought I did. I seriously feel like I'm gonna vomit. Me and you are through. Finished.
What? Why?
The fact you don't understand why I'd want to break up with you after what you did to me is genuinely worrying.
Oh my god, Dick, is that any way to speak to your girlfriend? Don't be such a dick.
I don't need to hear that from you. You're the dick for cheating on me.
Can't we talk about this like mature, responsible adults when you get home? I tell you what, how about we go on a date as soon as you get back? If I do that for you, will you forgive me? Or we can skip the date and go straight to the after party if you catch my drift. Alright, I'll head back next door to our apartment, okay?
Are you seriously asking me that? After you've been getting piped by the college kid next door? I'm good, thanks. I don't want sloppy seconds. You're disgusting.
Huh?
Don't you dare show up at my apartment. I won't let you in no matter what.
But why? Why won't you let me in?
If you do, I'm calling the cops.
But why? Answer my question. Hey, bro, you got a minute? There's something I need to talk to you about.
Hey, Elsa. What is it?
I'm sorry to ask you this out of the blue, but you did say you broke up with Stacy, right?
Huh?
Because she cheated on you?
Yep, that's right. She was cheating on me with the college student in an apartment next door, so I broke up with her around 2 months ago. With that, I sold the apartment as quickly as I could and moved back in with Mom and Dad, which is where I'm staying here at the time being. But why? What makes you ask?
Well, it's about Stacy. It looks like she was trying to put her hands on my husband this time.
What did you just say? Stacy and Ricardo?
You know how Ricardo works from home as a freelance writer, right? My company, on the other hand, while having remote work available as an option, are being pig-headed stubborn about it, which means I could totally do my job from home if they'd let me, but they won't. So I still have to go into the office every day. Anyway, to cut a long story short, Stacy seems to know my schedule, and apparently she's been showing up at the house while I'm at work.
Wow. Are you being serious right now? When did all this start?
About 3 weeks ago. It all began when I drove by the house while I was running a few errands outside the office. I saw Ricardo inviting Stacy into the house, and they looked way, way more intimate than they should. I was pretty sure I knew what I was seeing, but I didn't want to make any accusations without more concrete evidence. So I decided to set up a hidden camera inside the house. It turns out they've been seeing each other pretty often. They're both as guilty as sin.
Wow. You had the clear-headedness to investigate further before confronting Ricardo with it when you found out he was cheating on you?
Yep, I'm currently working on gathering more evidence.
That freaking sucks. I don't know what else to say other than I understand how you feel. You must be in a pretty unpleasant place right now.
Yeah, I am. To tell you the truth, my head's been all over the place. But there's just one thing I can't seem to understand.
What is it?
Why would Stacy go after Ricardo? She's done nothing but insult him since they first met all those years ago. She calls him ugly, pathetic, a no-good loser. She practically calls him every name under the sun. I'll never forget the time she burst out into a maniacal fit of laughter after saying, "You did well to marry a wet noodle like him, girl," in the smuggest, most condescending tone you could imagine.
Jesus, I knew she wasn't his biggest fan, but I had no idea she was so horrible about it. You're right. Why the hell would she go after him if that's what she really thinks of him? When was all this? Maybe she changed her opinion of him?
No, you see, here's the thing. She said that to me the day before you broke up with her.
Wow, really? So one day she's insulting the crap out of him, the next they're in bed together? She'd go as far as risking an affair with a married man when she doesn't even like him? This makes zero sense.
Right? I'm so confused. And no matter how hard I try, I can't seem to come up with a rational explanation. That's why I wanted to talk to you about it.
I see.
So, what do you think? Can you think of any reasons she might be doing this? They're the last two people on Earth I'd ever imagine being in a relationship together. My jaw almost hit the floor when I realized what they were up to.
To be honest, I can't say I'm totally stumped. Listen, Elsa. This might be a long shot, but from where I'm standing, it definitely seems plausible.
What is it, Dick? Do you know something?
It's about the reason she cheated on me with the college kid from next door. She said she only did it to make me jealous.
What? To make you jealous?
Apparently her plan was for me to catch her cheating to make me feel jealous. Then I realized how important she was to me. Go crawling back to her begging for forgiveness out of fearing of losing her, and we live happily ever after. In her mind, that's how the whole thing was supposed to go down.
What the hell?
No way. Could she be doing the same thing with Ricardo now for the same reason? If so, it looks like you've been dragged into my mess. If that's the case, I'm really, really sorry.
This isn't your fault, and you don't have a thing to apologize for. Her thinking's so warped and twisted that it's impossible to say what her real motivations are. Besides, Ricardo's just as much to blame for getting involved with such a malicious, vindictive woman. That's why you don't have anything to apologize for.
Thank you, sis. Anyway, if there's a chance that is why she's doing it, that makes me officially involved now. What are we gonna do about this? If you want me to contact her, I can.
Do you think you could wait 2 or 3 more days before you do?
How come?
I hired a private investigator to look into the affair and gather as much evidence as possible. And I'm also currently in talks with a lawyer. I think I'll have everything I need in 2 or 3 more days, so I'd appreciate if you could hold off for a little while.
Ah, I see. That makes sense. All right, got it.
Hey, Dick. Long time no see. Have you finally calmed down now? You got yourself pretty worked up before, huh? I figured I'd message you because I know you're probably consumed with soul-crushing regret over your unfortunate decision to break up with me. But as for me, I'm not sure I'm ready to forgive you for the awful way you treated me. So your second chance might not be on the cards for a while yet. Which is why I've decided to let you do a little test to see if you're worthy of my forgiveness. You see, Dick, the thing is, I'm in a hotel room with your sister's husband. You know what that means, right? I'm in a hotel room with Ricardo. We've been in here just the two of us for like 4 hours now, watching the morning fly by as we whisper sweet nothings into each other's ears. I know you can be dense sometimes, but you do understand what this means, don't you? Hey, Dick! I'm spending the day with Ricardo again. Obviously, we're in the hotel room again. Tell me, Dick, does it hurt? It hurts, doesn't it? Can you believe it? Can you believe you let your girlfriend get stolen from you by a pasty little nerd like Ricardo? He has the muscle mass of a slug and the charisma of a sack of potatoes. And yet still, he managed to prove himself the superior man. But fear not, because I've decided to give you one final chance. If you can steal me back, I'll get back with you. Hey, Dick. Where do you think I am today? In bed with Ricardo again, of course. Lost in the throes of our sweaty, passionate romance. Not only that, you'll never believe it, but today we're doing it in Ricardo's marital bed. It may be wrong, but it feels so right. There's something so exhilarating about exploring new frontiers and breaking taboos. Apparently, your sister Elsa's away on a business trip. So there's a good chance my stallion Ricardo is gonna pound me so deep into the night I hardly get a wink of sleep. Oh no, Dick, at this rate, I'm not even gonna be able to walk tomorrow. Go on, Dick, you can admit it now. You really want me to give you another chance, don't you? The question is, what are you willing to do to win me back? Allow me to repeat myself. If you can prove your commitment and dedication by stealing me back from him, I'll give you another chance. Not only that, but I'll even let you marry me. Anyway, Ricardo just got done cooling off. Time for round 7. You must be feeling so jealous you can barely contain yourself, so feel free to come and take me back anytime now. Dick? What the hell is going on here? Some guy claiming to be a lawyer just showed up.
Hey, lowlife. Do you enjoy making my little sister cry?
Huh?
Is this your sick, twisted way of taking revenge on me? How dare you drag my sister and her husband into this?
No way! It wasn't like that at all! You blockhead! You couldn't have this more wrong if you tried. Sure, I might have gotten them temporarily involved, but don't worry, as soon as me and you get back together, I plan on giving Ricardo back to your sister. Which is why it doesn't count as an affair.
I see. So it's not an affair. You just did it to make me jealous so I'd understand how important you are to me?
Yep, exactly. That's why your sister has nothing to worry about. Great, now you understand. Will you pass the message on to your sister? I mean, please, a lawyer? I've never heard of anything more dramatic in my life. Talk about an overreaction. Will you tell her to call him off for me? I told him I'm not interested, but he won't stop banging on the door. Me and Stacy got back together so you don't have anything to worry about anymore. That'll do it. Will you send her that for me, please?
I did think you were just sick and twisted at first, but now I think you might actually be mentally ill.
Huh? What's that supposed to mean?
Why the hell would I get back with you? I'd have to be insane to do that.
What?
You gotta screw loose at this point if you think it's acceptable to cheat on someone to make them jealous. Any feelings I have for you disappeared the moment I found out you were cheating on me with that twerp college kid from next door. But you couldn't just stop there, could you? Nah. That clearly wasn't enough for you. Because this time, you wouldn't put your hands on my freaking sister's husband.
Quit blowing things out of proportion, Dick. I already told you. That was only to make you feel jealous enough to understand how important I actually am to you.
No. What you did was engage in an affair with a married man in the most vulgar, despicable way possible. You begged my little sister's husband because you're a vile piece of crap with no morals. Did you seriously think this was going to make me feel jealous? Far from it. All I feel for you is rage and disgust. You're not worth getting jealous over.
Oh my God, don't even say that. How could you be so heartless?
Now you listen to me and you listen good. You're gonna go answer the front door, let that lawyer in, make him a coffee, and listen to exactly what he has to say. Then, you're gonna pay my little sister every last cent of the compensation you owe her.
No, wait a sec. I wasn't trying to have an affair with him. That's not why I did it. Do you have any idea how hard it was for me to get down and dirty with Ricardo? He is disgusting, Dick. His skin's all oily and acne-ridden, and he's as white as a sheet because of all the time he spends at the computer. He has the charm and charisma of a spatula. He's just disgusting, Rick. He's nothing but a gross, pasty nerd loser. Same with the college student. I mean, sure, he wasn't as gross as Ricardo, but I still didn't enjoy it. Why can't you see how loyal I am to you? Quit trampling all over my devotion. Dick!
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the story of how my little sister Elsa ended up charging her ex-husband and my ex-girlfriend a hefty sum in compensation. Ricardo made no attempt to hide or make justifications for what he did and agreed to divorce amicably. With that, the proceedings were simple and painless, and the divorce was finalized in timely fashion. Unfortunately, Stacy, in her infinite stubbornness and seemingly total inability to understand even the very basics of human decency, insisted to the very last that she only did it to get back with me and planned on giving Ricardo back as soon as she did. I knew that trying to talk to her was as good as trying to talk to a brick wall, so I had no choice but to call her parents. When I told them why she cheated on me and why she did what she did with Ricardo, a look of shame and disappointment too intense appeared on their faces that I kind of got the impression that in that moment, they wanted to crawl into a hole and die. In spite of that, they still agreed to pay the compensation on her behalf, though I suspect that was more out of feelings of guilt towards me and my sister than wanting to save their daughter. Next, they forced her to sign a written pledge agreeing never to try and contact me in any form for the rest of her life. Last I hear, she lives with a relative who also happens to be an ex-psychiatrist out of state now, where she's currently undergoing therapy and mental health counseling. She claims she had an affair with my sister's husband to make me jealous so I get back with her. But to be honest with you, I still don't get it, and I'm not sure I ever will. Can you believe I was considering marriage with that girl? Talk about dodging a bullet.
Hey, Talia. I was just wondering if I could use your laptop when I get back home from school? I told a friend that I would be online tonight and I need to use it.
You mean you want to use my laptop to play a game with your friend?
That's right. There's this really popular game at school right now that everyone is playing. You're on teams with your friends and you go around and shoot the other team.
Oh yeah, I think I might know what kind of game you're talking about. Those are kind of hard, but they can be fun to play too.
Well, literally everyone at my school is playing it, and I told a friend that I would get online to play in tonight. So please, can you let me borrow your laptop?
I really am sorry about this, Farah, but I'm afraid that I can't lend you my laptop.
What? Are you serious? Why not? I promise that I'll only be on it for a few hours.
Well, the thing is that my laptop is for work, and it's not meant to be used by anyone else. Not only that, we're not supposed to be downloading really big games like that on the laptop anyways. But, more importantly, the end of the month is a really busy time for the company, so I'll be working until late, and that's why I can't lend you my laptop.
But I really, really want to play this game. I already told my friend that I'd be getting online tonight. Not only that, but I actually just transferred out of a class with that friend, so this is the only chance we'll have to hang out later. Please, everyone at school is playing it and I don't want to feel left out.
Well, if that's the case, maybe you should go and ask your parents if you can borrow their laptop or something.
What are you talking about, Talia? You know that my parents don't own laptops. They only have phones.
Oh, right. I guess I forgot about that. But why did you tell your friend that you'd be on if you didn't have a laptop of your own to play on?
Well, because I thought that I'd just be able to borrow yours and that it wouldn't be a big deal. I didn't think that you'd actually tell me that I can't use it.
Well, I don't really think that should be my fault.
How could you do this to your own niece? Don't you love me? Don't you want me to have fun? Please, I need to get on the game so that I can level my character up and brag to all my friends about it. I told my friend that I was at the top of the leaderboards for the past 5 years.
Wait, really? You mean that even though your parents don't have a computer, you've been playing the game for 5 years?
What can I say? We kids have our ways of getting what we want. So I recommend that you do just as I say and hand over your laptop. Don't you think that you already spend enough time on that laptop of yours anyway?
Well, I use my laptop to do work, so it's not like I'm playing games or browsing the internet. Farah, I understand you wanting to make friends with your classmates, but there's no need to lie. Anyways, I think you should go and tell your friends that you don't have a laptop to play the game on.
You're useless. Do you know that? Why can't you just shut up and do as I say? Look, when I get back from school, I'm going to use your laptop. Do you understand me?
Nadia, are you there? Please, I need you to come home right away. I can't work like this.
Talia, what's going on? Is everything okay?
Your daughter keeps asking me to borrow my laptop even though I told her no several times now. I've told her that it doesn't belong to me and it belongs to my work, but she refuses to listen. And ever since she got back from school, she's been pounding on my office door demanding to use it.
What in the world is going on over there? And why does Farah want to borrow your laptop so badly in the first place?
Well, I guess that she wants to play this game that's getting popular at school with a friend of hers. But I guess she thought she was going to be able to use my laptop when she told this friend that she was going to get online tonight. Although I told Farah that not only is she not supposed to be playing games on my laptop, but that I need to work tonight. And no matter how many times I try to explain all of this to her, she just refuses to listen to me.
I see. Well, sounds to me like you're being quite the bully. Why are you trying to keep a little girl from playing with her friends? She's already in middle school. It's not like she doesn't know how to use a laptop, so you don't have to worry about her deleting any files or anything like that.
That's not the point. The point is that this laptop is very important for my work, and I really don't want to be taking any risks with it at all.
Okay, sure, but don't you have 2 laptops? I don't see why you can't just lend the other one that you have to Farah.
I'm sorry, but both of those laptops are for my work and nothing else. I literally make my living with those machines. which includes the rent that I pay for this place and the money that I put into our food and utilities. So I will kindly ask you to remember that ever since you lost your job in the corporate restructure at your work, that I've been the one paying for everything for all of us, for our food, clothes, even Farrah's school supplies.
So now the truth finally comes out. This isn't about Farrah at all. This is just about you trying to lord your power over us. Is that it? All of you know that my husband is working very, very hard to try and find a new job right now.
I am sure that he's trying, but he's been trying for a long time now, and has very little to show for it. I mean, you all have been living with me in my house for the past 6 months now.
And just why are you saying that it's a bad thing, huh? You have no idea how difficult this has been for us as well. It's been so difficult to find a company that's going to be a right match, and we just didn't expect the news about the embezzling we did to spread so far so quickly.
But you see how you set this up for yourself, right? I mean, you were the one stealing all kinds of office supplies when it was time to go home.
But it's not like we were stealing from the company that much. I didn't think anyone would even notice. And I certainly didn't think that it would make finding a second job this hard. I didn't even think that we'd be fired.
Well, I don't really know what you want me to say to that. I mean, of course you shouldn't steal from work. I don't care if you were just trying to save money at home. Now you don't have any money.
Shut up! Don't you think that I've already thought long and hard about all of this? Don't you see that we're working to fix all of this? We're always standing in line at the temp agency just waiting for some work to come through. Do you know that we won't even have enough money to buy Farrah a birthday present? So please, the least that you can do for that poor little girl is to let her use your laptop.
Look, I'm already doing you guys a huge favor by looking after her while I work from home. So I don't think that it's fair for you to tell me to give her the things that I need to do in order to work. If I lend her my laptop, then I am not going to be able to work as fast as I need to. Do you not understand that?
But don't you know that kids can make money on games nowadays? What if Farrah is actually so good at this game that she can turn it into a career? If she started to win money from playing her video games, then I promise that I would give you some money from her as a way of saying thank you.
Look, I really don't have time to put up with all of this. Can you please come back home? Because I really need you to take care of Farrah and tell her to stop banging on my door. If this doesn't stop, then I think we might need to rethink you all staying with me.
Now, hold on just a second. You're really saying that you're going to kick all of us out on the streets because my daughter is being a bit of a brat? Besides, I can't come home early. Farrah still doesn't know about what happened to our jobs.
Hold on a second. Are you serious? Is this a joke? Have you two seriously said nothing to her?
She is still in middle school. I don't want to upset her at this delicate time. There is no way I would be able to tell her that her mom and dad don't have jobs. I still can't believe that you actually just threatened to kick us out like this. I thought that we were family. You're not even human anymore. But fine then. If you want me to go home, then I'll go back home, and I'll have to explain to my daughter that she can't even play an hour of games thanks to you. You're the worst. Do you know that? It's all your fault that I lost out on my chance to play with my friends. I finally thought that I would be able to make some new friends from school by playing on this game, and now I'll be left out of all the conversation on the playground.
Farrah, what are you talking about?
I'm talking about how you refuse to let me use even one of your laptops. I got in a fight with a kid at school today thanks to you. She questioned how I could be at the top of the game's leaderboards if I don't even have a computer. And then I got told that nobody is going to want to play with me since I'm a liar. I'll have to transfer to a new class again. This is all your fault. You're horrible.
I'm sorry, but this is your fault for lying to your friends about this game.
Shut up! You're the nerd who's always on your computer all day. I thought that you'd understand where I'm coming from.
Okay, Farrah, this is the second time you said something like this. What is it that you think I'm doing on my computer all day? Because I don't get why you think I'm some kind of shut-in nerd.
Of course you are. You spend all day on your laptop, so I don't know what else I would call someone like you. Even my mom was talking about how you do nothing for this family besides stay at home all day on your computer.
Did your mom really say all of that to you?
That's right. In fact, I went to go tell my mom about how you wouldn't let me borrow your laptop. And she said she's going to get me one of my own. She told me that it would be an early birthday present and that if she gave it to me now, that I wouldn't get anything else this year. But of course, my mom is still getting me the laptop, unlike you. She's always trying to give me what I ask for, no matter the price. Except, she also told me that this might be the last big gift that I get from her, since she says that her and Dad have to spend all their money to compensate for you sitting around the house and doing nothing.
That sister of mine really knows how to run her mouth, doesn't she?
Did you really think that I was buying it when you said that you use your laptops for work? I know that you just spend all day in your office playing games all the time. You moved into this house with us just so that you could take advantage of our generosity. And then when I ask for the tiniest of favors, you refuse me. I really just can't stand you. You really piss me off. Do you know that?
Oh, well, you know what? That's funny because I have half a mind to say the exact same thing about you and your family.
What are you talking about? We've been nothing but generous to you. You're being the freeloader. Why don't you just leave the house and leave my family alone?
This is my house, and I will not be leaving.
You're such a bully. All I wanted was to play a little on your computer, and you have to act this way towards me? Well, nobody wants you here anymore. In fact, I've made sure that you can't ever lie about doing work to me again.
Wait, what? What do you mean by that? What did you do?
I smashed up your laptops. Or rather, I should say that I'm just finished smashing them all up.
Wait, what? Are you serious?
That's right. I guess I just lucked out with you deciding to stop out for a little today.
Did you really do all of this because I wouldn't let you use my laptop?
Of course, you were acting so high and mighty and so self-important with your job, so I just knew that I had to teach you a lesson, and I did, with a baseball bat.
Farah, I hope you know that you're in big trouble. I was already at the limits of my patience, but now you've gone way too far. I am sick of putting up with you and your annoying family. Also, that laptop cost $20,000, and you and your parents will be paying that back.
What are you talking about? What laptop costs $20,000?
I told you that those laptops were specially designed so that I could do my work on them. You have no idea the kind of hardware that was inside of those things.
No, this can't be happening. You've got to be kidding me. I thought that you were just playing on that laptop every day. I didn't know you were actually working.
I told you that I was over and over again, but I am going to the police about this. I'm not going to let you get away with what you've done.
How could you treat your own niece like that?
What are you talking about, Nadia? She destroyed my property, so I went to the police.
But you still reported your own family to the police. You could have just come to me about this first.
You were the one that was mad at me for not letting her use my laptop in the first place. I warned you that I was getting to the end of my limit with my patience. And I heard all from Farah about how you described me as a freeloader. You told her that I was nothing but a leech on you all. Even though the truth is the exact opposite. And that's why I have to ask you all to leave.
What do you mean? What are you saying?
I'm saying that all of this time I've been paying for rent, food, school supplies, everything. And despite all that I've been doing for you, you turn around and treat me like this. I tried to be patient with you, but I can't take this any longer.
Wait, no, please, this is all just a big misunderstanding.
No, it isn't. I'm only saying what's true and you know it. You were the one that lost your job and then came running to me looking for a place to live. You should have been more responsible. Didn't you realize that you have a kid to take care of?
But we didn't think that we'd get caught. That's why we've been pretending to go to work every morning.
Well, how about you stop pretending to go to work and you actually find a job? I'm not going to be putting up with you anymore. It is high time that you both move out and learn to take care of yourselves. I'm going to give you until the end of the week to move all of your things. But just know that I'm going to be watching you all very closely until then. Do you understand? After that, Nadia, her husband, and Farah all left to go and live at the husband's parents' house. Apparently, however, the word that those two had been fired had reached even Nadia's in-laws. Her husband's parents agreed to let the two of them move in, but on the condition that they started working right away. The parents actually even reached out to me to offer to pay for the damages to my laptop, if I dropped the charges against Farah. They apologized to me for the trouble that their son's family had caused and promised to keep them on a very, very short leash until they learned to behave. But since they lived out in the countryside, the only work for Nadia and her husband was tilling the fields or working in a factory. Even Farah gets put to work on the weekends. Although, if I can be honest, my work laptops were already starting to get quite old, and I was thinking of replacing them for a while. I had already copied all of my files on them to another hard drive and was looking into getting a replacement for everything. So, in a way, this worked out in my favor. But that's a story that I think I'll keep for myself. As for my sister and her family, I just hope that a little bit of real work and careful supervision from the parents, grandparents, will do them some good. And if not, then at least they'll be too far away from me to bother me now. So either way, I suppose it's a win-win for me. Again.